So this was actually brought up on Sportsnet. This was with Jeff Marek, Brian Burke, and Doug MacLean. They were talking about the Canucks game yesterday against Boston. Of course, we're talking about the 8-5 victory. Now, at this segment in the broadcast, they started talking about Bo Horvat, which is probably not a surprise considering Bo Horvat is good. He got 4 points, and he's probably going to be the next Canucks captain. But they brought up the discussion about Ryan Kesler and whether or not Bo Horvat is going to be as good or better than Kesler. So I wanted to bring this onto my channel, do some literary criticism right here, and start asking that question. Is Bo Horvat going to be as good or better than Ryan Kesler? Now, Kesler is a guy that a lot of Vancouver Canucks fans probably remember as the gritty, two-way guy who started putting up a ton of points around the 2009, 10, 11 era. And for the most part, that's what Kesler was. Drafted out of Ohio State University in that stacked 2003 NHL draft, he ended up playing with the Canucks at the end of his draft plus 1 year, which was pretty good. Kesler played some seasons with the Manitoba Moose, the Vancouver Canucks AHL affiliate, and spent some time with the big club as well. But it wasn't really until 2008 that he actually became a huge impact player. In the 2007-2008 season, when Kesler was 23 years old, he grabbed himself 37 points, 21 goals, and 80 games played. He had established himself mostly as a 20, 25-ish, 30-point guy at the beginning stages of his career. But by the time 2008-2009 rolled around, when he was 24, that's when he was given the A on his sweater, and he grabbed himself 59 total points in a full 82-game season. And this was basically the start of the prime, quote-unquote, Kesler that we all came to love as the years went on. In the next season, he grabbed himself 75 points. The season after that, that was his 40-goal season with 73 points. He was 25, 26 in these years, and he was a great player for the Vancouver Canucks in the offensive zone and in the defensive zone. So the argument here that we're trying to bring up is Bo Horvat and whether or not he's going to surpass that. Well, literally speaking, if you're taking a look at just the numbers, Bo Horvat's draft plus 1 year, 2 year, 3 and 4 years have all been better than Kesler's. I mean, take away his draft plus 1 year, that was a year in the OHL. We can disregard that. Take a look at the draft plus 2, 3, 4, and 5 years. In Bo Horvat's first year with the Canucks, his draft plus 2 year, he grabbed himself 25 points in 68 games. In Kesler's draft plus 2 year with the Canucks, 23 points in 82 games. So Horvat had a better season. Then going over to Horvat's second, third, and fourth year with the Vancouver Canucks, 40-point seasons and 20-goal seasons. He's been great. And in this season right now, 15 total points, 9 goals in 17 games. He's just under a point a game with the A on his sweater, and he's 23 years old. Ryan Kesler became really good when he was around 24-ish, and that's when he got himself up to that 59-point pace. Now, if you're taking a look at things in regards to stats, it is very evident to see the upward trend of Bo Horvat and conclude that he will have better numbers as Ryan Kesler. And they talked about this on the broadcast. Doug MacLean talked about how he said from the very beginning that Horvat was going to be a better Kesler, and Brian Burke was there too, talking about how good the two players were. But Burke brought up an interesting point that I didn't actually consider when thinking about this question, and that point was that Ryan Kesler is just different in the sense that he's mean. Ryan Kesler is a guy who can be dirty, and he can totally get under the opponent's skin using, let's just say, unethical measures. Bo's not like that. He plays hard too. He's able to create plays and succeed in the dirty areas, but he's not a dirty guy. He's not a mean guy. He's not a guy easily aggravated by things and who responds directly to threats on the ice. Kesler is that, which is a thing that really propelled him above other two-way forwards when Kesler was in his prime. And that's not a demerit for Bo, it's just difference in personality types, I guess. Bo still redeems himself on the ice in different ways, and he gets on the score sheet a heck of a lot more than Kesler did when he was that age as well. So in terms of projection, Bo Horvat was supposed to be like a top 6 guy, drafted 9th overall. Some teams had him as high as 4th overall, but future considerations had Horvat as 23rd in the 2013 draft. And now that Horvat has established himself as an NHL player, currently sitting at 176 points in 312 games played, he's really going to be one of the players that the Vancouver Canucks will rely on long term. He's only 23 and he's already capable of getting 50, maybe 60 point seasons. This is something that Kesler wasn't necessarily at when he was this age. So I think it's looking really good, man. I mean, is Bo Horvat going to be better than Kesler? I can't say for sure, but I really wouldn't be surprised if he did. If things continue to trend in the direction they're going at, then I'm pretty sure Horvat will do that one day. Horvat's probably got 70, maybe 80 point potential in a very peak prime position. And that's what Kesler got. That was Kessler's prime numbers too. So to say that Horvat is going to be better than Kesler, or even his equal, is not all too far out of the realm of possibility here. Now, Horvat is going to have guys around him playing really well. Pettersson, Besser, Dahlin, these guys are going to come in and they're going to storm the league with offense. Kesler had that too. The Sedins, Burrows, Samuelsson, all these guys were great scoring threats. So I think each team, each player has their fair share of surrounding guys also contributing offensively. So overall, I think it's an equal comparison to make. But in conclusion, I think it's very likely that Bo Horvat will come at least to the level that Ryan Kesler has. And if he surpasses him, I wouldn't be surprised in the slightest. Hope you guys enjoyed this picture of Plus Gaming, and bye.